Welcome to my camper. Come on in and see what I'm making today. Have I mentioned before that I don't like working in a small space? I thought I might have mentioned it. All right, today we're gonna make beef stroganoff, but I'm making it with ground beef instead of like strips of beef. To tell you the truth, when I've made it before, I've always used filet mignon. I know, I call it marshmallow meat, but I saw recipes online, and even Palatine, y'all, she uses ground beef. So I'm like, well, I'll just do it, you know. So as usual, I already browned it, so you don't have to wait. All right, so we need 1 pound of ground beef, any kind, you know, 80-20, whatever. 2 tablespoons of butter or margarine. 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms. I actually have more than 8 ounces. I probably have more like 8 pounds, whatever. It's to your liking, okay? A cup of chopped onions, 2 cloves of finely chopped garlic. Now let me tell you my hang up with garlic. I buy this, I've always bought this because I don't use fresh garlic. And it says minced. Well, I don't think it passed quality control because it's like huge. So I have this old-fashioned garlic press. I bet people don't use that. Let me know in the comments if you use it. And I ran it through this garlic press, and now I've got like mush garlic, so I'll be happy. All right, so 2 cloves of finely mushed garlic. You need 1.5 cups of beef broth, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I don't care for Worcestershire, but I'm putting it in. You need 3/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour and 1 cup of sour cream. You also need 6 cups of cooked egg noodles. These are Mrs. Miller's homemade noodles, by the way, so thank you very much for making those for me. You know what, I'm gonna boil those first and then measure out 6 cups because I have no idea how much that is. That bag is a pound. I just don't know, I've never measured it that way. So let me go and boil these noodles and then I'll get back to you. All right, I boiled the noodles. I boiled the whole 1 pound bag, and they're in the drainer. They're in the strainer right now. When they cool off, I'll measure them out for 6 cups. In the meantime, in this large skillet, I'm gonna melt the 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, believe it or not, the butter is melted. So now we're gonna add the mushrooms. I sliced them. We're gonna add the onions. And the garlic. Something tells me I'm going to need more butter. It said 2 tablespoons, but I'm going to add more. Actually, I'm going to add another 2. Whoops. Of course I spilled it right inside the oven stove. All right. Today we're having high winds again, and we're supposed to get rain in about 3 hours. It's just been terrible here. I know California's getting hit too with rain and snow. Oy, oy, oy. I just hope that by the time I head back to Adventureland in Altoona, Iowa, that at least it's as close to spring as it can possibly be. Because I'm going to be in my RV. And let me just tell you, if you're not familiar with them, they're not designed for winter. Mine isn't anyway. I've actually been warmer when I've stayed in Mesa overnight in my van. My weekend warrior, as I'm calling it now. I've been warmer than I was in here. And I don't have heat. Well, I don't turn the heat on in my van. All right. It's going to take a little while. Let me get back to you. I'm not making you wait. I'll be right back. All right. Now that I have the garlic, onions, and mushrooms all sauteed, I'm going to remove them from this pot, and I'm going to set them aside in a smaller pot. It says to put it in a bowl, but I only have like plastic bowls, and I'm afraid that it's going to melt because this stuff is hot. All right. And I did cover it to help steam the onions and the mushrooms, just so you know, okay? Now I'm going to put in the ground beef. Like I said, it's already cooked, okay? We just want to heat it up. Now I'm going to stir in just 1 cup. Not all the beef broth, but just about 1 cup worth, okay? Just going to reserve about 1/4 cup, which is left over. All right. I'm going to add the salt and pepper, which is right here. And I'm going to stir that real well. While that's heating up, in a bowl, doesn't matter which one, I'll use this one. I'm going to combine the flour and the remaining beef broth. Well, actually, I'll just use this one. That's the remaining beef broth. Beef broth. In a minute, I'll stop being so lazy and I'll walk over to 2 feet away and get the whisk. Don't have to walk far, that's for sure. That's the good news about the small kitchen. You know, in May, it'll be 5 years that I've had this RV. And I remember Bob Wilson always said, start out small. Well, you can't get that much smaller. So I did, and I'm glad I did. 5 years is a long time to have this, you know, as your house. It's small. Gosh, I sound like the Salvation Army being in this thing. I'm going to add in the Worcestershire. No, I know it's Worcestershire, and I know that. I really don't like the flavor of it. Do you guys like Worcestershire? I mean, it's really got its own flavor. I can always add more. There's more flour in here. I can always add more later if I need to, but I just want to use it sparingly now to make this. All right. It's been boiling. Okay. Now I'm going to add the mushroom mixture. You know, I bought a huge carton of mushrooms, and I used half to make fried mushrooms and zucchini, and then the other half I'm making this beef stroganoff. So that's why I kind of made these recipes like a day apart. You know, you got to think that way. If you get like a pork roast and it's really big, you can do other things with it besides just roasting it. You can cut it and make chops out of it, or little cubes and make Chinese chop suey. My mother always made that. It's good. Molasses, soy sauce, salt, pepper, onion, celery. That was it. Oh, and then cornstarch at the end to make it a little thick. And then served it with rice. Delicious. I can make that for you. We just made pork chop suey, but you can make, you know, beef chop suey, chicken chop suey, shrimp chop suey. Okay, now I'm going to put this flour mixture in. Let me get back to you. Okay, besides eating it, this is the last step. I just want to show you what it looks like. All right. You could add more beef broth if you want. If you want it this thick, that's fine. Now we're going to add the sour cream. 1 cup. And don't forget, take it off the stove. Otherwise, this will boil and it won't be pretty. You don't want to do that with sour cream. And then just mix it real well. See, it's like having a camera up ahead when I go like this. I know I watch a lot of the women with the cooking channels, and they have somebody helping them with the cameras and stuff like that, the taste test. Hey, if it's good to me, it's good. I don't need anybody's opinion, right? Right. All right. Oh, let me tell you about the noodles, too. So I measured out 6 cups, and I have quite a lot left. So I have something else I'm going to make with them. That'll be in a couple days. This is the rest of the noodles. Now, I know I always say I don't mix it together, but I'm going to this time. Because I'm sharing this with a friend, with Linda. She's my taste tester. And as long as she's alive and she wants it mixed, I'm mixing it. I really don't know what else you could put in here. It's got onions, garlic. One recipe I looked at called for parsley. I don't think so, okay, folks? That might be stroganoff. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Whoa. All right. All right. Mushroom and ground beef. I know I shouldn't have used such a big plate, but can't help it. All right. What do you think? Does it look good? Well, it looks good to me. Okay. Here we go. Mushroom, noodles, ground beef. And I know a lot of recipes, they all call for those curly noodles or whatever they're called. Nah, I don't know. I just don't like the texture. It's kind of weird, isn't it? But the flavor's the same. I mean, it's pasta's pasta. Okay, here we go. I can't tell. Just can't tell. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, it was good. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to put the recipe at the end of this video. And one more thing. Years and years and years ago, when I was married and living in Mesa, I belonged to some card clubs. You know, not playing cards, but greeting cards. And I even taught at 2 different stores. I taught making cards. So at the end of some of my videos, I'm going to put in pictures of some of the cards I made. I'm going to do one at a time, though. So I hope you like that, okay? Everybody, thanks for watching my videos. Be well, be safe, and enjoy life. Thank you.